Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good week, having a good day. I'm still getting over not feeling well. But anyway. So please excuse me if I happen to click off. Just know that I'm probably sneezing or something. But I wanted to talk today because I know I got Brittany's picture up there, and we're gonna talk about her. But this isn't just about her. This is about the lies. And I'm here to expose the lies that hoes like to tell once they get to the post-wall portion of their life. And then they don't. Want to face the consequences of the choices that they spent the last 10, 15 years or so making. The sexual choices, the choices about men, the choices to party, the choices to go on, quote unquote, the whole phase. Thank you, Chano. And I want to talk about, first of all, naming it the whole phase. Yeah, she don't want no Rob Prodigy. Brittany don't want no regular old brother. And it's funny that they think that somebody gotta take them. But we gonna get to that point. Let's talk about them naming it a whole phase. Almost like it's a rite of passage for women, black women, to go through this time period from high school or whatever into their 20s, to have as many men as they possibly can have and have as much sex as they possibly can have. With the lie that this is how you become a grown woman. This is how a woman experiences life and learn about life and love and men and relationships. So it's put into a young black girl's head that if she don't go through the so-called hoe phase, that she's missing something, or that she's missing a part of being a woman or growing into a woman. And that somehow if she don't do this, she gonna get with a man that's got more experience going around the block than she do. And because he have more experience going around the block than she do, that he gonna take advantage of her. And she's going to be at some sort of disadvantage in this relationship. The lie about that is that you want a man that has been in the world to some extent. See, men are not prized for inexperience of life. Men are not prized for that. Men are not, that's not part of determining a man's value. That's not part of determining no man's value. Oh, the less he do in life, the more valuable he is and precious he is as a man. No. Actually, the opposite is true for him. He gonna have to go out into the world and do something. He gonna have to do something to gain experience some kind of way with something, whether it be sexual, working, just experiencing life as a man, because men have to actually work on and harness and hone the skill of their provision, their problem solving, their protection, and their procreation. Men have to hone those skills. Those are not just things that it's in his nature to do. He's born wanting to do them. But it's something that he got to practice doing in his life so he can get good at it. Because you can't practice problem solving if you don't never run into no problem that you got to solve. See what I'm saying? He got to do something. He got to go out into the world and he has to be challenged to shore up his masculinity, to make sure he got it. Because as soon as he hit the world, it's going to challenge him. He's going to be challenged on, thank you, Miss Lou Casey. He's going to be challenged on his ability to provide. He's going to be challenged on his ability to problem solve. He's going to be challenged on his ability to protect. And he's going to be challenged on his ability to procreate. The first challenges that a man meet in all four of them areas is whether he can successfully give them to himself first. Can he successfully give himself 4 P's? Because we always talk about men giving 4 P's to others. But the first person he got to give his provision, his problem solving, his protection, and his procreation to is him. He got to be able to provide himself with food, clothing, shelter, and his own masculine light. He got to develop that. He got to be able to meet problems in his life and work on problem solving? How do he solve his own issues without creating more problems, without it being you know what I'm saying? He gonna have to practice coming up with solutions that work for the immediate and for the future. Thank you, Stephen. Okay? The only problem, well, not the only problem, but one of the problems we face in the Black community is that other communities don't do, or communities of the past, cultures of the past, have rites of passage for men to go from boyhood to manhood. And those rites of passage were often designed to make sure he could do them 4 things successfully and properly. So back in the day, you would have men, 13, 14 years old. He got to go with the hunting party. He going to be gone for a week. And he's going to have to be tested on, can he hunt? Can he survive out there in the wild? Can he solve the problem of his own shelter and set the trap? And can he make it back in one piece? Can he do that? You see what I'm saying? Can he do that? And if he could survive that week out there and come back in one piece and come back with his kills and come back with the skill set, then he's a man. He a man now. You can't treat him like a boy. You can't put him with the kids. You can't do none of that stuff. He is now a man. And he is responsible for his part in the community as a man. So men need to go around the block a couple of times. He's prized for being able to go around that block successfully in his life a couple of times to gain some experience as a man. Women, on the other hand, that is not what we are prized for. We're actually prized for staying on the porch. The more you can stay on the porch as a woman, the more prized you are. Because what you are supposed to be doing is not just sitting there twiddling your thumbs. You're supposed to be figuring out how to be a woman. The first part of that is living a feminine life where you don't have to hone your skill of providing, problem solving, protecting, and procreating the way men do. You are honing your skill of being able to receive them things from a man and reciprocate to him the feminine energy necessary to spur him on and inspire him. That is when we used to have stuff like teaching our girls home economics, teach her how to sew, teach her how to garden, teach her how to cook, teach her how to raise. See, when your mama used to have you tending to your little brother and sister, it wasn't because she was being neglectful of y'all. This is back in the day. She was trying to get the little girl accustomed to holding a baby. How you hold him. Make sure you hold his head. Now don't let his back be sunk. You got to support him with your arm, then this arm and this arm. Now when you feeding in a little bottle, you got to make sure it's upright like this. We used to get taught that in the home. This always burp a baby after you feed them. They can't, belch and stuff on their own. So you got to burp them, else their belly will hurt and stuff like that. You got to burp them. You got to rock them. You got to change. This is how you change the diaper. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Now come in here. This is how you warm the bottle. Now this is how you make the formula. Okay, this is what you do with the belly button. And you don't let the baby do this and you don't let the baby do that. You gotta watch them. You can't put them up here. The baby will roll off the bed and stuff like that. They about 5 months. They trying to kick over and all that kind of stuff. We used to learn how to do that. And it wasn't to make you be the mother. It was to hone your skill, your feminine skill. So by the time you had your baby, then you wasn't so in the green about what to do with your baby. You knew how to either breastfeed or you knew how to make a bottle. You knew what to do with the babies. You know, if you get sick, you do this and you do that. In school, we used to learn home economics. It was a valuable skill to know how to hand sew a button back onto a shirt. Why am I saying all of this? Because we now teach our black girls that her rite of passage as a woman into womanhood is through the gates of letting all kind of men have sex with her. And this is how she gained her experience of life. That is not how you gain your life experience. You are not going to be at a disadvantage because you meet a man that done been around the block once or twice and you sat on the porch. He wants you on the porch. That don't mean you stupid. That don't mean you don't understand life or understand what men do. You're supposed to be getting taught what men are doing and why they do it. Thank you, Eugene said, when people say men be on their purpose, providing for a peace for themselves is their purpose. Men have to do that in order to do God's assignments. Exactly. Now, with that being said, let's get to the lies. The half-truths and the lies that hoes like to tell. Once they get to the wall, now they got all this clarity. But with that clarity come a lot of fake accountability. And Miss Brittany Renner, since she making herself an example to everybody, we gonna use her. Because she going around, she going around on a whole apology tour. I learned my lesson from being a hoe. I don't like the outcome, looking like it ain't gonna be what I thought it was gonna be. So now I gotta try to tell the world, I gotta try to walk back a lot of that laughing I did a couple years ago. I was laughing about going out there doing what I want to do and how stupid men were for dealing with me. Okay? First lie that hoes like to tell is that we didn't know the reason we was hoeing like that is because we did not know our value before. See, while we was hoeing, we didn't know our value as women. And we didn't know that sleeping around with all of these men would actually lower my value. That is a lie from the pit of lies. Do you understand? That is a lie from the lake of fire. That is a lie. And I said this in the video earlier. Women know intrinsically as little girls. We understand on a very primitive level, a very primitive instinctual level, little girls understand a few things about ourselves as girls. Thank you, Kevin C. Says, shout out to you, Crimson. Congratulations on your new book. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We understand that we want to be mothers and that that's valuable. This is why little girls to this day like baby dolls. Okay? Little girls to this day like baby dolls. Why do little girls like baby dolls? Because we understand that motherhood and wifehood are the crowns for which we should reach as girls. So we get baby dolls, and we'll make anything a baby doll. A little girl will make anything a baby doll. She'll get anything, a box. I seen a little girl have a little, like a tissue box. And cause she could find a doll. And she wrapped it in a little blanket and she was feeding it. Little girl will make anything a baby doll. Because we understand the concept on an instinctual level of nurturing something. Raising something. Getting it and taking care of it. Okay? And as we get older and sexual thoughts, your hormones and all that kind of stuff start to kick in, we automatically understand that letting a bunch of boys have sex with us, or even back when I was going to school, letting a bunch of boys feel your booty and all that kind of stuff, that lowered your value in the eyes of both the girls and the boys. I remember that. We used to tease girls about being the school hoe. That was a dagger from one girl to another. You let such and such feel on you, and you let such and such kiss you, and I heard you suck such and such off. Girl, you ain't nothing but a little hoe. And that was a dagger. You did not even want the perception that that's what you was in school or in your neighborhood. You did not even want the perception of that about you, because you knew that folks was going to laugh at you, and you knew that you were not going to be why are you talking to me? Anyway, you are not going to be valued as anything if the boys thought you were hoish. That was a shame. We knew that as school age girls. We knew it as school age girls. Grammar school. You knew that. You knew don't hang around no whole bunch of boys all the time, because that's what the word is going to come out, or that's going to be the rumor that you are slutting around with these boys. And that is what you're doing. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, Eugene Roberts, for your super sticker. So it is a lie. Women understand intrinsically that our value is affected by our purity or our perceived purity or the lack thereof. You didn't even want the perception. Even if you weren't having sex with nobody, you didn't want to be known as the fast girl. Okay? You didn't want to be known as fast. Not to mention that we have been growing up as girls with everybody. Thank you, Dwayne Moore. Everybody tell us that our value is in our sexuality, and that men, whenever you get ready to get married and stuff like that, your husband don't want no hoe. He don't want no woman that's been community property. Everywhere he went, everywhere he go, you been there already. He don't want that. Thank you there. I said it said LOL girls fought about rumors. That's a fight in school. There I said it. Don't you spread that about me. I wasn't over there kissing him. I was not doing that. That is not what we were doing. And how dare you tell somebody that that's what I was doing with him. We was not doing that. You trying to get me ruined out here. You tell that lie on me. We would get fighting mad about that. Ladies, put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Bruce. Hey, Kendra, remind me again on the new date when your book should be shipped. Thank you. We don't have an exact date yet for when the book will be shipped. It's going to be in the new year, though. It's not going to be before this month is out. So I do apologize. But we did run into the holiday season, and a lot of these places that I got to pick it up after everybody come from their vacation. Then I got to pick it up and get rolling and get cracking. So I don't have a specific date right now to give you. But I will be updating everybody as, so that the expectation can be set properly on when you guys can expect to start seeing your books come to you. But the ladies, I remember that. You remember that? Ladies, didn't them used to be fighting words? Whether you actually fought or not, you got mad at it. You did not want no rumors. And we did everything we could to not put ourselves in no position as to where the rumor could be started. Because it upset you as a girl. It upset you. Because you didn't want to be, because the school whore she didn't get no respect. None. Everybody laughed at her. Everybody made fun of her. The boys and the girls made fun of her. She didn't get no respect. Nobody protected her. Nobody protected her honor. Nobody did none of that. Thank you, Professor. Said this is where the sisterhood sabotage black women, saying promiscuity is liberation, and being unapologetic about it destroys their chance at getting a man of any value that she would respect. Exactly. Okay? So as young lionesses, because see, a lioness always been one. She always been one. Okay? As young lioness cubs, we didn't want no smoke with that stupid stuff. Not gonna talk about me like that. Because see, sometimes we had a little boy we liked in school. And we didn't want him getting wind of that foolishness and the rumors about us, because that almost ensure he don't like you. If he got to hear word around town, around school, around the neighborhood, around the block, yeah, don't talk to her, because, last summer, she was caught. They said she was in such and such boy house. No. Thank you, Judas. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for your super sticker. Thank you so much. So I'm stressing it to make folks understand that the I didn't know what was going on is a lie. That's a lie. It's a lie. Brittany Renner is asking, see, these women are using this excuse because they want to do whatever they wanted to do. And they believe that somebody got to want them eventually, somehow, some way. They believe that. I know I'm supposed to go on break. Matter of fact, I'm going to go on break and then I'm going to come back and we're going to cook. We're going to finish cooking. But so after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Spanky Hayes, and I want to say something, whether it's comedy, acting, or just in general real life. I use my A game. I gotta have the A game. I pack it in every pocket. I got one pill in every pocket, and every pair of pants I got. Listen, entertaining y'all is hard sometimes. I gotta fly to Dallas, then to Denver, then to New York, then to LA, then to Detroit. Come on, man. That tires me out. I just take the A game now. I don't have that problem no more. I usually barely don't sleep because I'm entertaining y'all. I'm in the studio all night with the A game. And trust me, when I come home from the studio, my woman gets to feel the real pleasure of the A game. You see, I'm smiling. Watch this. Hey, baby.
Hey, babe.
Guess what I just took?
What?
A game, A game, A game, A game. I'm gonna meet you upstairs, all right?
Oh, okay.
If you want to have to drop your broom to get your man some A game, some A game, some A game, you got to get on your A game with 21 carefully selected herbs that do exactly what they are promised to do. You need A game in support of your overall health as a man. It supports a man's vitality, his energy, his strength, and his libido. You only got to take it once every 72 hours, and you take it with lots of water because it does act fast, probably within the first hour that you take A game. So it does exactly as promised. And what you want to do, and it doesn't have any artificial ingredients or anything like that. So to become part of the A Game family, all you got to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10 to get A Game delivered to you ASAP. Okay? Okay. And I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta because we got 442 wonderful people to hit the like. So let's get the other 500 people to hit the like button as well. We gonna keep going. Now, this is where I left off. They wanted to do what they want to do. And they believe that at some point some man gotta want them. For example, Brittany Reynolds asked on that last interview, What happens now? Now that she done did what she did, she can't take it back. What happens now? And this question presupposes something. That it presupposes that anything has to happen. Okay? It presupposes that men ignoring her for serious relationship can't happen. And it mustn't happen. See, this is why they got mad at Kevin Samuels when he started talking about leftover women. See, they feel like that can't happen to them. They feel like being a leftover woman is not real, but it is a reality for many. Just like about a month or so ago, remember I did that video on that old lady, about 60, and she talking about where the men at? See, she left over, and she don't want to admit that she been left, and ain't nobody got to deal with her. Nobody. See, that's the thing. Don't nobody got to deal with you. Don't nobody got to be with you. See, everybody assumes that if she lower her standard, that some man got to actually take her up on it. And it don't. It's women finer than her that's in their 60s now. Because the lady that I did the video on was pretty. She was 61 and pretty. You understand? She was not an ugly lady. She looked good for her age. You understand that? Thank you, The Zone. I like the movie Coolie High. It's like the movie Coolie High. 61-year-old woman. She was pretty. You could tell when she was young, she was fine. You could tell. Problem is, she knew she was fine. And she used it. Just like Brittany used it. Brittany Renner, you could call her all kind of 304s if you want. But Brittany Renner is pretty. She pretty. Amber Rose was pretty. She kind of disgusting because you think about all the stuff that she do publicly, but just taking her physical just on face value. Pretty. All of these higher profile 304s. Pretty. That's how they was able to manage being a 304 and being high profile about it. Because they fine. Okay? They firmly sit in the 8, 9, 10 category with no makeup. Brittany is not always caked up with a bunch of makeup on all the time. And she pretty. She pretty with a fresh face. So what? And second lie. We got to go through whole phases to see what we like. Going through the so-called whole phase is an excuse for not understanding nor wanting to confine her sexual expression to one man. It is an excuse for not understanding her own sexual expression and not wanting to confine that sexual expression to one man. To hoes, the true sexual expression only happens within the confine of the transaction. Emotional connection must be mutually exclusive from the true sexual expression. This is why hoes is hoes when you're not married to them. And if you happen to marry them, they cut sex off. You understand? Hoes is hoeing when you're not committed to them and when you are not emotionally connected to them. They feel freest sexually when that is the case, when the transaction is the case. When you give them the relationship, the emotion, the 4 P's in totality and in full, she cut the sex off. Now, it's a lot of reasons for that, but also here's a reason that nobody likes to talk about. It's mutually exclusive in her head. She deals so much with the transaction that she does not connect relationship with the sex. That's separate. For hoes, her spiritual self, her emotional connections are separate from her sexual self. The wife understands they are together. The hoe separate them. I need y'all to chew on that. Hold on. My apologies. Thank you, Chris Hall, for the super chat. Say, who said Brittany Renner looked good? She looked like Squirrel Girl to me. To each their own, though. She do kind of like Squirrel Girl. She do. But she's still cute. She a little chipmunky, but she a cute chipmunk. She not ugly. She not ugly by nobody's standard. Even if she not your type, Brittany's not an ugly girl. At all. So I'm not going to downplay how she looked. But what I said was this. The whore does not attach her spiritual self, her emotions and things of that nature to her sexual self. They are always mutually exclusive and they are separate. Because when you deal always in the transaction, you can't catch feelings, right? You can't catch feelings. But we'll come back to that. The hoe wants it to be okay with men that she's slutty and sexual. Thank you, Dub Wheels. So she cute, fresh face, pretty done up. Women want it to be okay with men that she's slutty and she's sexual. Here's the lie of feminism that hoes tell other girls that they want to join them in their whole journey. I'm going to tell y'all something. It is perfectly fine with men that women are slutty and sexual. That's why men like hoes. You understand that? It's perfectly fine with men. If you are a woman and you are very sexual and very slutty, mind you, I'm saying slutty, not whorish. Slutty just, and I'm using the word slutty in terms of saying she's very sexual. She wants the sex and she's a very sexual woman, which is different from hoeing. Hoeing is with every man. Men are fine with it as long as it's in a marriage. You understand? They fine with it as long as it is in a marriage. Either with them Or if you say, my last relationship was a marriage. I was in that marriage 15 years. I never stepped out. I never cheated. I was with that one man. Men do not, it hit them different when you say it. Last 15 years, I've been in a relationship with one man. That hit them different. Thank you, 39 Dina. Hit them way different than saying for the last 15 years, I've been sexually active, but I have not been in a relationship. Now they know you for the street. Now they know that you only deal sexually in the transaction. Now they understand that. You tell a man, my last relationship was a marriage. We didn't step out on each other. I didn't cheat. I was with that one man our whole time. What it hit him as is, oh, a man took her seriously. Another man married her and took her seriously. Another man before me spent his provision, his problem solving, his protection, his procreation for years on this one woman. So she might actually be worth me doing it. She ain't been in the street. She ain't let this man do this and this man do that. And this man over here and then that man over there. And then everywhere I go, she been. Thank you, Stardust. I respect Sukiana. She tell you she a 3 or 4. She truthful about it, but I can't respect Sukiana at all. Thank you, Judith. So thank you for your commitment. I've learned so much from your channel, and my 5 and 7-year-old daughters love singing along with the A-Game anthem and repeating your intro around the house. Get well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that. And kiss the babies for me. What make men say ugh to you isn't that you're highly sexual. That make them say ooh. What make men say ugh, and it hit them a certain way, is when you've done all of that with multiple men. Now they know you done gargled this one. You done been on your knees for that one. You done let this one do this to you and that one do that to you. There's no sacredness in it now. Nothing. There are no firsts. There's nothing he can do to you that another man has not done to you. You done did everything. Nothing for him to do. No threshold, no new uncharted area for him with you. One moment. My apologies. Thank you, D. So Sukiana really, bro, no, she needs to call Crimson Cure for a session. He needs to call the Crimson Cure for a session. Thank you so much, D. What make men say, ugh, and I'm going to wrap this up. is the random men, the randomness of the men, and the number of the men. That's what make men be like, oh, okay? Because the random men means trauma. And this lowers your value irretrievably. That is the thing that hoes don't want to face. Once they get to the wall and beyond, they don't like to face the fact that sleeping around like that has lowered their value irretrievably. You can't come back from it. That's the thing. This is why we gotta warn young girls away from it, because once you do that, once that's your rap sheet, so to speak, it ain't never expunged. The record ain't never expunged, because the things that it has done to you always are there. The other lie is that it is a phase. It's not a phase. You don't get to flip a switch and come out of it. You don't come out because the value has been lowered in a way that is permanent. Okay? So Brittany is permanently a 304. I don't care what she do. She can denounce it right now and go on her life in a different manner, and that'll be good for her. But it's still going to be that, because her going through all the men like that still did the damage. The damage was still done. That's what's irretrievable about it. Okay? The effect, the outcome. You lowered it no matter the change that you make, because the trauma that it creates for women is psychological, and it lasts a lifetime. You'll always be dealing with the aftermath in some way, right? Even changing your value system. You can change it and it'll help you. If Brittany changes her value system, it'll help her. She will become a better person. You understand what I mean? However, the issue is that the consequences are still there. You don't get to change your consequence and your outcome just because you changed your mind. You understand? That's part of the delusion that these women are living. Thank you, Tech and Peck. So keep preaching and teaching. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Bruce. That Brittany is what we call damaged goods. Yes. Thank you so much. See, another thing. Black women, I'm going to tell y'all why they're masculine. Thank you, Dad says, so before she live her best life and later make you live your worst life. Excuse me, Your Honor Crimson, this is preposterous. Thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. You know, if it pleases the court. The reason that black women are so masculine is because of promiscuity. How, you might ask? Promiscuity involves doing things that are masculine. Chasing, masculine. Controlling access, masculine. Controlling and chasing after the sexual encounter, masculine. Trying to control the relationship, masculine. Trying to dictate the terms of interaction between you and a man, masculine. All masculine. All of it. Feminine energy is potential, not kinetic. So we don't chase, we get chased. We don't attempt to control the dynamics of the relationship. Men control that. You see? So the promiscuity breeds the masculinity and the masculine energy, thinking you run something. Trying to run stuff is masculine. It breeds hard-heartedness in women. And the reason why I breed hard-heartedness in women is because promiscuity and the transaction, women have to try to avoid feeling attachment to sex. Women gotta try to not attach emotions to the sexual act. That actually goes against our nature. We are physically and psychologically wired to attach sex with a feeling. Men are actually the opposite. Men can choose to attach an emotion to his sex. But biologically and psychologically, he's not necessarily wired to do that. Emotional connection can enhance his sexual experience. However, he can have the sexual experience in totality without deep emotional connection to the person he's having sex with. This is a known fact. Thank you so much, Terenzo. So I said earlier today on your super chat, it's like this. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Same as once a 304, always a 304. Change is forever because what's done is done. The God of change isn't the God of unchange. Don't be a 304 ever. Exactly. Thank you so much, Terenzo. Thank you so much. And thank you, Philip. So congrats on 86K. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So guys in my circle, including myself, could care less about the reasons. We ain't dealing with no recycled 304s on a serious level. Precisely. Thank you. Because it don't go away. Start wrapping this up. But the promiscuity breeds the masculinity because it make women go against their nature. We naturally attach feelings to sex. You know a woman is used up when she don't feel nothing no more. No matter how much sex you have with her. She don't never attach the heart, the feelings, the emotion to the act and the man. Always something separate. Goes against her nature. Women are designed to receive whatever a man give us, both physically and energetically. So being a 304 is a complete knockdown of your femininity, which brings in the only other energy you can have is a masculine one. So you're masculine. A lot of black women are promiscuous. Therefore, a lot of black women are masculine. Women know what lowers our value, even if we're not sure what increases our value. I'm going to repeat that. Women know what lowers our value, even if we don't know what increases it. Okay? 304s are full of half-truths and fake accountabilities because they still live in a delusion about what happens to them in society. They want to be protected from the consequences of the decisions that they make. And they want society, which they've always been getting their 4 Ps from. They want society to care for them in older age. But what they don't realize is that feminism and the mindset that women carry because of feminism and the behavior that women engage in because of the mindset that feminism has them carrying has made women disposable. Okay? And due to that, the men of the society no longer see the women as their social overall responsibility. So now you do have a such thing as leftover women. I hope that made sense. Thank you, James Mitchell. Says, Sister Kendra, how can I get in touch with you? Thank you for all helpful information you give your big brother, James. My email, somebody can please put my email in the chat, please. Okay. So I just wanted to come with that message. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for your generous contributions and just coming and chat with me for a while. For hitting the like button and coming through. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your cash apps. Thank you for your PayPal. Thank you for supporting the book. You can go now to crimsoncure.com and pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine. Okay. I am going to keep up updates to when the timeline for the expectation of shipping comes about. I'll keep everyone abreast of those developments. And if you want to become part of holding the Black Lives Matter accountable for their theft of misused funds, please go to the petition, sign it, share it, contribute to it. Both of those links are in the description box. And last but not least, I want to thank my executive team, without which none of this is possible. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.